Again, I've made a change to the code. I've added all of these lines of code into the system. So you want to pause the video and add those lines of code. That would make sense. Before running it, try to work out what is happening. Try to see what we've done. We've got the variable here again. It's taking something. It's taking a key and it's saying get pressed. So it's storing something. What's it storing? This one is responding to something. If this variable, and then it's got something equivalent to, if the pressed key's value is equivalent to this, then what did that line do before? We've now brought it into the if. It will only happen if this is true. If this is true, then do this line here. This is an if-then statement. If this is true, then do this. How does this line differ from this line? Why would it be different? Notice that if this is not true and this is not true, then neither of these two lines will occur. So what will happen if we don't press the keys? Once you've had a think about those questions, and it's worth pausing the video and having a think about it, then run the code. Go to run module. There's the window. Having a look at this window, nothing seems to happen. Our circle has stopped moving. Why? Well, because neither of these two statements are true. I haven't pressed any keys. This is saying wait to see. Pygame is a module that we've imported, so we've got the instructions from it. One of the instructions is look at the keys on the keyboard. Has a key been pressed? What key has been pressed? And store the result of that here. This is saying, okay, look at pressed keys. If its internal value is equivalent to the keyboard of the right key, then add 1 to our XPOS. But if it's our left key, then go to subtract 1 from our XPOS. What's our right and left key? Those are the arrow keys that point right and left. And if you guessed correctly, you'll be able to work out that you can use the arrow keys to control your circle and move it left and right. Interestingly, we are not limited to just those. For example, there's nothing wrong with me putting an A there, sorry, not for right, a D there and an A there. I'll run the code. Now the arrow keys do nothing. I'm pressing the arrow keys, nothing happens. But if I press the D key or the A key, the circle will move. If you ever played a game where W is up, S is down, A is left and D is right, now you can see that you've got the beginnings of that motion there. I'm going to put this back to where it was. So we've got our press keys right and left. If your code didn't work, obviously check why it didn't work. Now we've already looked at this while loop, and we've been looking at all of this code here, and we know that our loop takes us through this code. One of the questions I have is, why are we redrawing the screen every time? The screen has a white background. It's always got a white background. When I run that code, it's always got a... Why am I redrawing the screen's fill color? Why am I filling it with white every time? So why not move that line of code from there to before the while? We don't need to keep drawing the background white. Surely it's white. It's always white. Move it to there. Now run your code. Now you've run it. I'm going to run it this side. There's our circle. I'm going to use the right key, but notice this time I'm not getting the circle, I'm getting a green line. If I press the left key, then at some stage it's moving. Why? Because the circle is being drawn every time, but the old circle is not being undrawn. Undrawn, how do we undraw a circle? Well, you can't. You need to keep telling the system to basically redraw the background in white and then draw the circle. We clear the screen of the old circle and draw the new circle. And in any computer game, it needs to clear the background, redraw the background, and redraw any objects on top. That's how the system works. So we need that to be in that position. Okay, once you can move that, once you've got your head around there, we need to have a look at this. Couple of things you can try. We've got the circle now to move up and down, sorry, left and right. You know the question is coming. Can you make the circle move up and down? Remember what I said about the coordinates of the x and y axes. How does that affect your decision on what you do? Have a try of that.